Mac and steel. Bacon in the house. Welcome back there, big guy. It looks like you have a new toy. What is going on here, man?
I always have new toys.
Oh, well, hopefully your wife doesn't see this video.
She doesn't watch any of our stuff.
Well, that's probably better. So what's going on here? What do we got? What do we got?
So we have the Bergara B-14 Ridge in 6.5 Creedmoor. This is their somewhere between tactical rifle and hunting rifle. It's pretty much a Remington clone, only better.
In what way?
The trigger doesn't suck. The bolt's smooth. It has a couple other more modern features. And it comes threaded at the same price point of the junkiest Remington you can buy. Big bolt knob and,
yep.
You know.
That is cool. I do dig this. Even though I am not a I'm not a bolt action person. So this one's all you, big guy. I don't own any rifles that aren't semi-automatic. So
metal parts like the trigger guard, you know.
Oh, tell them about the trigger.
Oh, the trigger is absolutely impeccable for a factory gun.
Yeah, I have to admit, the first thing he did when he walked in the vault was, hey, feel this trigger. And I have to admit, I was quite surprised. So by now you guys have seen the trigger weight that we've rolled out in front of you. I was impressed with it. That's to say the least. What kind of optics you got mounted on here? And is this rail factory?
This rail is an EGW, so it's not a factory rail. Doesn't come in the box with a rail. I put on a Leopold Freedom. This is their new VX Freedom line. This is their budget. This is actually just a temporary scope. I'll get something bigger for this. This is actually going to go in my 450 Bushmaster when I get the capital to put proper glass on this weapon.
The stock, tell me, this is kind of like a little bit rubbery. Yes. It's synthetic, but it's rubbery.
So I would say that they call it a soft touch. I would say that it is a synthetic stock that has some type of sticky speckle on it. It's not quite overmolded, so if you're familiar with like Hogue stocks and you know how they're overmolded and flexible, this is not. This is an actual synthetic stock. I can't really twist it. So there's rigidity there. It's fully free floated, clear back to the recoil lug. Comes from the factory threaded.
5/8 by 2/4.
5/8 by 2/4.
So that we can put on cans. We've got a Radical Firearms something or other on there because this thing is stupid loud.
Oh my goodness, it's ridiculous. Other than that, you know, it's just the rifle that you might want to grab to go hunting or hunting.
Yeah, man, the only thing that I can argue with this gun from my use with it is, dude, you need to convert this thing to like a magazine fed, because this, like, my big sausage finger does not fit in here to do this. Like, this is like the least fun I've had loading a gun
since muzzleloader season.
Yeah, I mean, like, even like I expect that that's gonna not be fun just by the nature of it being a muzzleloader. But this is like a little bit ridiculous. Have you gotten 6 in it?
No.
No? All right. Well, we'll just not get 6 in it then. And we'll take this round out. So your capacity is limited to 5. Maybe you could get 6, but you're a better man than I am if you can. So let's see just how this thing shoots here. I'm just gonna freehand it with the bipod. Here we go. It's not a heavy gun. There it is. try a different target. Let's go with this guy. Bingo. And you know why I picked that target? Because if I miss at this angle, that little red target down there, I hit the big target behind it. So I'm gonna throw this one. I hit the big one behind it. Now, we do have a rule. It's out of the box. So I'm just gonna take that. And you're right, the recoil impulse on this thing is pretty nice when it comes to, and it is by far hearing safe. And that's one of the reasons I suggest that everybody buys 30 caliber cans for even their 5.56 guns, is because they sound so much better after you've got all that extra volume there. All right, guys, so we are working on accuracy now. We have gone to the local store and purchased several types of ammunition, and we're going to see how this gun groups. How many rounds do you have through this gun at this point in time?
60.
60? Cool. So not brand spanking new, but has a few rounds in it. So what do we got here? What kind of ammo we're shooting?
So first up, we're going to shoot the Remington core locked.
Throw the box up there in front so people can see it.
This is a 140 grain soft nose projectile, and it is going 2,700 feet per second advertised.
Yeah, we'll chrono it out of the gun just to be sure, but
it has a picture of a deer and an elk and a pig.
Well, how's the ammo look? Does it look
like shit? If you want to know why Remington is going out of business, that is the quality of their soft nose ammunition.
Oh wow, that looks like a 4-year-old poured it.
Yeah.
Like, what is that?
I'm sure we could probably chip it off.
Yeah, maybe.
I mean, they clean up, but still, like,
QC, not so great.
And I mean, if you're shooting deer at 50 yards, it probably doesn't matter. But this is 6.5.
Dude, you're gonna raise your heart rate. Boy as big as you, your heart rate may not come down for 2 hours. What are you doing? Dude, I don't know. I might have to validate your accuracy there. So we'll say that is the one without the flyer. What is the full size of the group there? We'll take this one to that one. Those appear to be the farthest apart. So just for the heck of it, so everybody's happy. And it looks like we're right at, move your sausage finger there. Right at 2.1, 2.2. What is going on here? Why are we listing? Why is the gun listing? How many is that? Is that 4? 1.37. And then we'll say the farthest apart is probably that guy. 1.7. But I want you guys to look at something. Compare these two groups. Tell me that this does not look a whole lot different than this. With one flyer. One there, one there. This is like literally the same group, only rotated.
It didn't walk in at all.
Huh?
I mean, it didn't walk out at all.
What is that?
The can.
Yeah. That is interesting. The group is the same shape, just a little bit tighter. So without the flyer, we had a 1, and with the flyer we have a 1.5. But they're all kind of making this kind of like boxy, you know, square shape, like trapezoidal type stuff. So, hey, my turn. So the suppressor mirage is gone now, which is good. You need to call somebody who makes a suppressor wrap there, boss. So we're gonna go down and we're gonna measure that group that I just shot, because this can is getting hot enough that it's dancing all over the place now. So the other 2 rounds that I would fire for this group, I believe would just widen the group, because I don't think that I can accurately shoot. Because this is mounted so low, the Mirage is really prolific. So we're just gonna go down and measure it as is. Hopefully give us some time to cool down before we shoot the next ammo. So this is our 3-round group here. And you can see it starting. Like, I guarantee you those other rounds probably would have stacked there and made our nice trapezoid. But if we measure the whole group with the flyer, we're at 0.8. And again, guys, I know it's a 3-round group, but if we're talking without that initial flyer, 0.2 or 0.3. So again, I know that this is not scientific. It's not meant to be. This is not a full video review or anything like that. This is just us out here playing with Bacon's new rifle.
American whitetail.
Some Hornady. What do those look like?
Well, they come in a nice box, which is important.
Actually, that is a fairly pretty soft point, I have to say.
If I was gonna pick a soft point off the looks, it would be these.
So, how'd you feel about that?
I feel pretty confident. I got Mirage off the first one.
Oh, really?
But, you know, it is what it is.
Well, maybe we should shoot a group without the can, just to see if we can eliminate that Mirage.
Oh God, no.
No? You don't want to?
I mean, we can.
It's just really loud.
I don't know what's wrong with that gun. It's loud.
Yeah. I mean, okay, so let me tell you this, guys. So, I was over at my place, okay, and I could hear him shoot that gun from my place. And I thought that he was just over the hill from me, because I'm used to hearing people like shoot at game animals and stuff like that from my place. And I just assumed that he was on top of the next hill. No, he was like the next hill over, which was, I mean, how far do you think that is? Probably 1,000 yards. Easy.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, here, let's throw here's your mics. 0.5, 0.6. So, again, flyer, and pretty much starting that trapezoid as we would expect. One inch. Go ahead and measure the flyer as well. Now, I will tell you that is the first round. So that was the initial print, and then we had those 3. But then we also took the liberty of shooting what?
An unsuppressed group.
Took the can off. Imagine that. So we've got a 1/2 inch, and go ahead and measure that flyer. I can't see what you got going on there. 1 inch. So with the flyer, 1 inch. What did we learn?
Radical firearms can does affect accuracy.
Hit. I'm gonna see if I can get in on that steel over there. Hit. Hit. That was a miss.
The trigger got me.
Oh, you snuck up on you a little bit? Yeah. Well, off of a hay bale with no light, 400 yards, sort of known distance.
What do we got left? I'll save you a few. Oh, we got all kinds.
That looked like high. Okay, that was definitely low and right. So perhaps those initial shots were actually low. And they were just hitting behind it. It sounded like a hit.
I'll tell you what, these soft points hit with authority at least.
Dude, I really like the sound of that gun. Like, it just sounds good. You know, at first it was really humid out here a few days ago when we started shooting this gun, and I thought it might be loud suppressed, but it's really not. Like, I haven't worn hearing protection all day. I've stood right next to it. It sounds good. With a better can, I think it could even be better than that. Here, give me a couple. I was surprised that one hit. I was a little bit farther off than the last ones were. And I think that's because the trigger kind of snuck up on me. I think I should have one left. Winning! We're done. We're out of here. That's not good.